Hey everybody, back again. This is part 4 of how to make a barrel garden wicking planter. So I've got it out in the patio now. It's next to the other few garden barrels that are left, which are full of parsley and things. It's looking a little bit like a shop vacuum at the moment now that I've got it on this drum dolly. Same dollies as the barrel gardens here. As you can see, it's right off the ground now, so you can wheel it around. This is all going to be cladded in wood, and so it's not going to have the same look forever. I am currently filling the pipe through the rain with rainwater with a garden hose straight from my tank over here. And so I'm just sort of waiting until the water, if you can maybe see it, I'm not sure, a little bit, tops up. And then we can move on to putting a bit of soil in. Just waiting for this to overflow. So that I'm waiting for it to overflow here, I just wanted to mention that I ended up untying the nylon ropes that I put through as a wick because I was concerned that the tightness of the fibers was going to impede on the wick, the wicking ability. And so just wanted to mention that before I moved on and forgot. So basically they're just draped in now. They're ups in, over and down in 3 strands, making 6 wicks, but none of them are tied. They're just kind of resting there. So I don't think they're going to move either way, so maybe the knots were just kind of an unnecessary thing. So the water is nearing the very top to the overflow. You can see it's starting to wick through and bubble up through the landscape fabric. So I imagine that it must be very close to overflowing. So I'll just come back to you when that is happening. Here it comes, bubbling through even more. So this would be just touching the underside of the soil now. And so it shouldn't be too much longer before this bubbles up and over the overflow. So you can actually see the measurements meant for the contents of the barrel on the sides of the bin. And so at the overflow point, you can actually see it's about, in and around 20 or so gallons, maybe slightly more. And then at that point, it'll wick up into the upper levels. And so I'm hoping, I did a test for the wicks that were dangling. Oh, there it goes. I'm just gonna turn off the water. All right, so it might be hard to hear with the water, but I've taken the hose out now. It's at its maximum point, and it's filling up this watering can now. But I noticed that it actually has a little bit of a leak here. And so I think I am going to come back and end up siliconing or sealing up this thread in the hopes that I can prevent this little drip. Okay, so I've drained it off a little bit. I unscrewed this connection and I'm going to find some product that's adequate to make that seal, and that way I won't have any long-term drizzling going down and making a pool in the patio or rotting any of the wood cladding that'll eventually be on here. So sadly, I thought I was going to be able to plant in this video, but it looks like one last thing to do before that happens, and so we'll have to try it again in the next part. Thanks guys. Bye.